Hi, if we haven't met, I'm Jill, and if we have, thank you and welcome back for supporting me in my efforts to produce weekly videos. In this video, you'll learn a 30-minute full body fitness ball workout, and all you need is your body and a ball. Please look after yourself. The ball, as you know, if you've worked on it, is unstable, so it's very fun, but it also requires your full attention to look after yourself. So I'll see you on the inside in just a few seconds. Hi, let's get moving. So go ahead and grab your ball and just take a moment to get connected with it. We're going to start with a big hug. So gently wrap your arms around the ball in a way that feels comfortable to you, and get the pads of your fingertips connected to the ball and your thumbs gently extended. And don't worry so much about where your feet are grounded yet. Just focus on your connection into the ball, and you're going to give it a little bit of a squeeze and a hug in toward your body. And again, squeeze it and hug in toward your body. And squeeze and hug. And again, squeeze and hug. And one last time here, squeeze and hug. And rest. And then you're going to take the ball up onto your head, just with your fingertips touching it, and then come into a more clarified foot alignment here. So take your feet parallel, so all 10 toes pointing forward, but a little bit wider today. So we're just going to start with a bit of a play, a dip and a dive with the ball on your head. Some figure eights, maintaining your connection into the ground with your feet and allowing some nice gliding movement through your hip sockets. Keep your fingertips connected to the ball and continue to move. And just explore some pathways that feel nice to you, but maintain your connection into the ground. And allow the weight of the ball to gently compress and organize your spine. So that little bit of compression gives your spine some feedback and helps it organize. And one last one here, and come to rest. You can just take a little bit of a shake out and a fidget if you need to. It's kind of amazing how just the weight of the ball can start to feel. It's very endurance based, so just that little bit of weight can start to feel kind of heavy. So here we go again, taking your feet parallel to each other this time, or sorry, again, but a little bit narrower, and we're gonna add in a squat. So we're gonna squat down and tap the ball to the ground and come back up. Squat and tap and come back up. Keep your elbows bent and squat it down. Good, soft through the hips and bring it up and take it down and up and down. This time we're gonna hold. You're gonna stay facing forward. I'll turn so you can see, and just circle that ball forward a few times, maintaining your squat, and reverse it for 1, 2, good, and 3. Step back into your parallel alignment if it's gotten a little bit messy, and you're just going to hold the ball in one hand and try and find a place of balance. So just notice how much play there is, and that's similar to your center of gravity. There's always a little bit of a play. It's not totally static. Even when there's the appearance of stillness, there's still some motion, quite a bit of motion. So with that little bit of play and balance, whoa, let's add some footwork. So rising to the balls of the feet, a little bitty bend, lower the heels, and extend. Rise to the balls, itty bitty bend, lower the heels, and stand tall. Again, float and bend and lower and stretch. Let's reverse it. Bend and float and stretch and lower and bend and, float and stretch and lower. One more here. Bend, float, whoa, stretch and lower. Good. And rest. Shake it out. Keep the ball close to you. So, I'm getting warm, so I'm gonna strip off a layer here, and feel free to do the same. You're in your own home, so do what you need to, and take it to the other side. And now we're gonna step into a wider rotated position. So feet are wide, rock back onto your heels and gently open into a little bit of external rotation. And here we go. Take it down and float, grow tall and lower the heels. Take it down and float and rise and lower. Good. Bend everything, hover, find all of your length without disconnecting and lower. One more, down and float, rise tall and lower. Let's reverse it. Rise to the balls of your feet and lower down. Set your heels down and unfold. Good. Float and fold and lower, unfold and float and fold and lower, unfold. Good. Rest. Give yourself a little bit of a shakeout and just notice what's feeling warm. I'm feeling warm everywhere, actually. So stepping into a wider kind of second position again, and place the ball down on the ground. And we're just going to take a little bit of a hinge and roll. So alternating hands, keeping your feet grounded, just something a little bit more gentle to break up, holding on to the weight of the ball and our balance. Keep it going, feeling the glide, feeling the connection into the ball, trying to find movement that feels absolutely effortless. And if you can't find it today, that's okay. That's just always what we're striving for. How easy can you make it? That's where the challenge is. And take a couple more, gliding, and let's hold it here. Good. And then you're going to take that hand that's on the ball and gently press, press, press. Good. And press and pushing down, waking up all of this tissue through here. Down, down. Good. And switch sides and pushing down, waking up through the side, under your armpit, down and down and down, and push and again push and rest. Bring the ball under you to sit and readjust yourself if you need to, and take it into a little bit of a bounce. That maybe feels like, oh yes, a little bit of relief after holding onto the ball and balancing so much. Take a few minutes to just fidget around, do whatever you need to. I'm gonna scratch my eye. You can play with some different feet positions. Just look around, notice your environment, and then we'll come back into our bodies. So I'll turn to the side here, and if you need to watch, go ahead and watch once, and then I will and then just start moving with me. So, sitting on the ball, feeling your sitting bones pointing straight down into the ball. You can bounce or not, whatever feels right to you today. And then we're going to start just gently walking forward, keeping our back connected to the ball until you find yourself out in a bridge. And you're going to stay in that bridge and tuck your hands behind your head. And we're going to play with a little bit of footwork here. So lift to the balls of your feet and lower, rise to the ball or to the heels and lower. Good. Float to the balls and lower, and lift the toes and lower. Last one, float the heels and lower, float the toes and lower, and rest and readjust if you need to. So taking a tiny circle in the upper body, you're curving up and opening, feeling your upper back hug the ball, curve and open. It has kind of a circular quality to it. You're finding every single direction, moving around that ball, hugging the ball in every direction as you move your upper back and feel grounded and connected through your feet. And reverse. Good. Maintaining that hug of your lower back in extension, wrapping your tailbone against the ball. Coming up. Ooh, that's good. Find some shaking. And last one, hold. And rest. Just allow your spine to open gently over the ball. And then come back up. And now you're going to walk out a little bit farther so that your upper back and your head are supported on the ball. And your pelvis and your hips are off of the ball. So take a moment to find your orientation to the ball in this position. And just notice how active the backside of your legs are, your hamstrings and your glutes. And then see if you can let go of about 10 things that are going on in your body that you don't need, that are gripping or tightness or tension, and it's not helping you in this position. So again, just coming to find a place of ease and doing as little as you need to get the job done with clarity. And then bring your hands together at heart center, and we're going to take a little bit of a bridge sequence here. So you're going to lower your hips. They may or may not come down all the way to the ball, and then you're going to scoop your tailbone and lift back up to your bridge. So you're going to crease your hips and lower and scoop and lift, and crease and lower and scoop and lift. Good. Again, crease and lower and scoop and lift. One more time. Soften in the hips to send your pelvis down towards the ball, and then scoop that tailbone under and lift. And now we're going to drop the left side down, left hip reaching back towards the ball, and come back to square off, and right hip reaching down and come back to square off, and left hip reaching down. Good. And square, and right hip and square, and left hip reaches back and square yourself off, and right hip reaches back. Good. And square yourself off, and then just tuck your hands behind your head and walk yourself back up for a moment. So that was really waking up the back side of your body, some deep abdominal support, as well. So now let's move into a little bit of side series. So come down to the ground, and you're just going to get your ball so that you can support yourself on the ball and stretch one leg out nice and strong. So see where that is for you to feel like the ball is offering you support and that you're not battling with it, but it's helping you. And then that leg is just gonna float and then lower. Good. It's gonna hover and hold and lower. And let's add a little bit of footwork on it. So you're gonna flex to lift and point to lower. Again, flex to lift and point to lower, and flex and lift and point and lower, and flex and float. Check in with your hips. Are they soft? Point and lower. Check in with your shoulders. Are they present? And point and lower. Good. And rest. Now you're going to fold that leg in and stretch it long. Flex and fold and stretch it long. And flex and fold and stretch it long. Again, flex and hold and stretch it long. One more time. Flex and hold. Hold the flexion and add a little bit of a circle. Keep the foot in flexion and we'll add a foot dome. So a foot dome is a combination of a flexed and a gently elongated toe. So find your foot flexion, but then gently wrap and curve those toes down as if you're a bird on a perch. And reverse. Good. Finding those circles. And one last one here. Good. And rest. Just cross that leg over a little bit and get some gentle sensation through the back side of the hip. You can even give it a little bit of a tap or a pat to break down any kind of adhesions. So adhesions are places in your soft tissue that are not moving so well. That's scar tissue or just more advanced adhesions. But you can get adhesions even from just not moving, but they're malleable. You can change it. And then rest. And press yourself up. And let's switch sides. Bring the ball around to the other side. And you're going to get yourself over the ball. Good. So again, make the ball your friend. Find your connection points into the ball. And then float that top leg nice and long. And here we go. Flex it up. Point it down. And flex it up. And point it down. Flex and hover. Point and lower. Don't be surprised if something is calling your attention that has nothing to do with the leg that's moving. Totally valid. It might be your support leg. It might be your upper body. It could be anything. And hover. Good. And fold it in and unfold it. Fold it in and unfold it. Bring it in and stretch. And in and stretch. And in and stretch. And in and hold. Find your foot dome and circle for 3, 2, 1, and reverse. 3, 2, 1, and bring that leg in front and find that back sling. It's like a little hammock back there, and just allow it to rest and give it a little bit of a tap. Good. That's a lot of work. I forget when I haven't done that for a while how much work side series work is. Really good for lateral hip strain, so the outside of your hip. When that's nice and strong also means relaxed. So when that's strong and relaxed, that creates really solid support for your lower back. Okay, and rest that. Let's come to belly over ball. Good. So just get your shins connected to the ground and your belly over the ball. And you're gonna ground your hands into the ball, and we're gonna take a little bit of a press up. So keeping the front triangle of your pelvis into the ball, press up, and then lower and curve. And press up, and lower and curve. Feel the arc of your spine as you lead with the back side of your body to press up, and lead with the entire front side of your body to come down. And the ball can move underneath you, coming tall and lowering down. As I arc up, it feels like I'm kind of on the front of a ship, enjoying the wind in my hair, and then as I curve down, resting over the ball, again, extending up and hold. And then if you're active enough and your pelvis has enough clarity pushed into the front of the ball, and you can do it without gripping your lower back, send the arms out nice and wide, and we'll take some circles. 1, 2, all the way to 6, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and rest. Just go ahead and relax over the ball for a minute. I'll let you do that while I hang out in a mic-friendly position. And you can wiggle and just move anything that you need to move that feels like it's calling your attention, that what we didn't address for you. So take a few minutes to do that. And then we're going to come down to our back on the ground with our feet up on the ball. So get yourself adjusted. So that you're on your back and your feet are on the ball. And we're going to take some gentle hip stirs. So if you can put your arms wherever feels comfortable to you. If today it feels like you need to get them forward, that's fine. Sometimes if you've been kind of scattered and overscheduled, you might be surprised how your arms get so kind of away from you, because they're connected into your center and your heart and kind of these energy centers. So if you need to just hug everything in and gather everything forward, go for it. So the lower body's going to stir. You're going to let the hips fall open and then gently press forward. Let the hips fall open, let the knees fall together, and gently press. Fall open, fall together, and glide it forward. You can play with the feet if you'd like. Let the hips fall open, let the knees fall together, and extend. Let's reverse. So bring it in with the knees together, then let the hips fall, the knees fall open as you press out. Good, knees fall together, bring it in, knees fall out, extend long. Let your knees fall together, so that's internal rotation as you bring it in, and knees fall out as you press out. Good, now get your feet organized on the ball a little bit better, so you're in those foot domes, those bird on a perch feet. Just imagine a bird on a branch or on a phone line. And I'm going to keep my arms here. I feel like that's what my body needs today. And you're going to press your calves, the back side of your lower legs, into the ball to just gently lift your pelvis up a tiny bit. There's going to be some play in the ball, so be cautious, but commit to it. And then crease at the hips and lower. Again, gently press and float and crease and lower, and press and float and crease and lower. One more time, press and float and crease and lower. Good. Gather the ball in with your feet, and you can adjust it however you need to. So you're going to just gently hug the ball with the inner edge of your feet, and again, as little effort is needed to get the job done. And then you're going to fold at the knees and unfold, and fold at the knees and unfold, and fold at the knees and unfold. Good. 2 more. Creasing and releasing and creasing and releasing. And then you're going to catch that ball, and we're just going to play a little bit. So you're going to toss it and catch. Toss it and catch. Good. And catch. And catch. And catch. And catch. Good. Now hold the ball, and the lower body is going to add a little bit of a heel beat, crisscross, however you want to think of it, and then see if you can challenge, whoa, your upper body at the same time, and smooth out the edges, and then just keep that going, and rest. Good. Roll to your side, and you're going to take one arm underneath you. Your arm that's on the ground is going to be reaching out, and then your top arm is on the ball, and just stay here, fingertips on the ball. Hold that shape until you come into your body in this position. Again, kind of focusing on the outside of that hip and allowing everything to center and digest and organize that you've just done. Allowing your breath to settle. And you're going to roll to the other side. And repeat that same thing. So bottom arm is outstretched long, and top arm is on the ball. And just rest there. And then you can unwind, and then you have a choice. So if you're comfortable sitting in a straddle position, you can come to a straddle, or if that is absolutely not comfortable for you, just come and sit in a kneeling or a cross-legged position. So I'll turn to the side here, and you're just going to gently place your hands on the ball, and we'll end with a little bit of a reach forward and come tall. Again, reach forward and come tall. And reach it forward as far as you can without hanging in your shoulders. And just take a moment here to scan and notice if you are gripping anywhere, if there's any tension that you can let go of. I'm going to soften my elbows. They're feeling a little bit hyperextended. You can even bring the ball in and rest your forehead on it. And then just coming to face me if you're not already there. Just keep one hand connected to the ball and bring your other hand over across the top of your shoulder. And we'll end with a few focused breaths here. So just finding a nice calm breath and allowing your lung to inflate that upper lung space right under your hand, all the way up under your collarbone as you gently inhale. And allowing that lung to gently float down as you exhale, taking that on your own time. And switching sides. And again, finding your lung coming up to meet your hand under your collarbone as you inhale. And as you exhale, it gently draws away. Again, a gentle inhale. Just on your own time, and exhale. And rest, and just bring your hands to your thighs and let the ball go now. And just notice your body, notice anything that's calling your attention. And then just give yourself a little thank you for taking the time to do something enjoyable and looking after yourself today, looking after your movement needs today. And thank you so much for joining me. If you're interested, I offer some free menu planners and I did the drawings on them. So I will leave that link in the description below. And you'll see a little tiny green tree over in the corner there. If you click that, you can subscribe to my channel if you would like to show your support as I continue to offer free weekly mindful movement videos. And of course, if you have any comments, please leave me those. I would love to interact with you. It's challenging to produce online videos when you don't have a live class in front of you reacting and being able to communicate with them in real time. So anything that you could offer would be awesome. And I enjoy this time with you, and I will see you next week. Take care and bye for now. Thank you.